All right, let's see. And I think we're live. As always, I like to just pull it up on the phone and double check here and make sure. But I'm sure the little doodad says that we're live, so I hope we're live.
We should be, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it on the Now Lifestyle Facebook group as well as Joel's fan page. So let me see here. Just getting everything going before we actually start speaking and dropping all the value bombs that we're going to drop. I should say that you're going to drop tonight, not me. I'm just going to sit here and look good with my Patriots hat on. So, yep, we are live. Look at that. Coming up. All right, cool. We already got people logging on because I told everybody that was in the conference room to come on over to the world of Facebook, and here we are. So this is getting streamed out to many, many, many locations. So, hey, anyway, first and foremost, I just want to welcome everybody here, everybody that was hanging out with us over in the conference room that came over to the Facebook Live and is joining us here. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and guests, relatives, people of all ages, hopefully over the age of 18. What we have here is something very, very, very cool tonight. I am joined by this really cool guy over here, this great looking guy over here, all the way from London, where it is probably what, Paulo, 2:26 in the morning right now?
It is indeed, yeah. All good.
So, listen, first and foremost, man, I really, really appreciate you for taking time out of your, I would say day, but taking time out of your night to be here and hang out with this crowd. But I'm super excited to have you here because we first met literally, I think it was about 2 years ago in October at the very first DA event out in Vegas. And that was a pretty fun time. I remember going to Old Vegas and I think I got roofied one night, but
oh no.
Besides that, no, I legitimately, I actually did get roofied, but besides that, it was a pretty good time. And you actually spoke on stage, which was really cool. You shared some great knowledge, great value, and a great video that I still play to this day, which I thank you for that. And just absolute pleasure to have you on, my man.
Thanks for having me. I'm really blessed to be here with you guys, man. What an honor to be here speaking to, the people of Now Lifestyle and really share some nuggets and help somebody out there. And guys, by the way, you guys could see that I could even log into a platform. So I'm really computer illiterate. So I want you guys to know that if I can do this online thing and I can't even log into a platform and make a fool out of myself, you guys at home, you feel yourselves at home because I'm really nothing special. Look, I'm really technically I'm challenged. I'm not a techie guy whatsoever. Daniel gave me a link to click. That's all I had to do. And I clicked and I broke. Obviously, I broke your system. Your first guest maybe ever that broke the system.
No, you're not the first, dude. You're not the first.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. So
and you won't be the last. So
and my apologies, guys, for keeping you guys waiting because I know there's people. I was reading the chat room. There's people like it's 4 o'clock in the morning in their time. And that's me saying it's 2 o'clock in the morning here, but it's 4 o'clock at their time. So for you guys, my sincere apologies. But hey, we're here now. So let's start this.
I will say that a big thank you because we have some very, very dedicated people that are
good
always every single week tuning into these webinars, which is really, really cool. So
awesome.
Again, glad you guys are on board. And I'm going to ask the same question that I previously asked. If you're here in the community, you're here in the Now Lifestyle community, or you're watching this, it's got shared on a Facebook group or anything, and this is your very first time watching a webinar with some top income earners, you're watching this webinar, you want to learn more information. It's your very first time. Do me a favor, give me a 1 down in the chat box. I'm sure you guys have a link to comment somewhere down there. If your very first time here, do me a favor, just give me a 1 in the chat box and let me know so we can welcome you newbies and just hopefully tonight we can share some value. What I want you to do while we're waiting for some of these comments to come in is please guys, please go get go get a pen and some paper. I don't even care. Like this is literally like toilet paper because I had a runny nose earlier. Like get some pen, a paper, toilet paper, tissues, a napkin, a marker, a Sharpie, anything. Just get something to write on, something to take notes because we're going to try to provide you guys with as much value as we possibly can. Randy Campbell's very first time checking us out. Welcome, Randy. Good to see you here. Everybody welcome Randy. Throw him some hearts, likes, loves, all that good stuff. Kyrie Brown, welcome, Kyrie. It's Kyrie's first time here. So again, welcome, Kyrie. Throw Kyrie some likes, love, and shares and all that good stuff, whatever you guys do there. But hey, appreciate you guys being here. Now, over to our guest, Paulo, my man. Very good to connect with you again. So I'm sure not only for the world of video that is watching us right now, but people have lots of questions. You are a fairly successful online earner. You've earned multiple six figures in many different markets and opportunities and everything else like that. You've been able to travel a lot and live I guess you call it the laptop lifestyle. Plain and simple, what made you want to build a business online in the first place? Like, what were you doing before this? What got you to the point where you said, I want to build a business online?
Great question, man. I get asked that a lot. For the longest time, I remember I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always wanted to be my own boss. I never believed in the 9 to 5. Not there's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5, by the way. Nothing wrong with that at all. It was just me. My background is I was in the printing industry for 20. I think it's more like 25 years. I keep saying 20 years, but it was more than that because I started when I was 18. My math sucks, by the way. I'm 48, so you do your maths. My whole life.
I'm 41, so I'm not too far behind.
Oh, there you go, dude. So my whole life I was in the printing industry, working 60-hour shifts and just basically I was just broke my whole career of printing. I've actually managed to become a manager for that company, and I was still broke. And it wasn't just the money. It wasn't the fact that I couldn't provide for my family. It wasn't just the fact that I couldn't take my kids on holidays, let's say to Disney World, what was my dream that I've been promising them since they were little, that one day daddy will take you to Disney World. So I just, it was never enough money by the end of the month to pay for all the bills and provide for my family. And that broke me as a man because I'm Mediterranean, I'm Portuguese. And as a family man, as the head of the family, I always felt like, why can't I provide for my family? Why can't I have the good things in life? And so that really took me to a quest of finding out, I'm in a job that I don't even enjoy. I'm broke by the middle of the month. I remember the days I used to get paid on the 1st, and by the 15th, I was already broke. And I thought, this is no way of living. Is this it? Is this why I'm here?
Is this what life is all about?
Exactly. And it wasn't just the money. It got to a point where I wasn't even enjoying my job. I was getting up at, I lived 60 miles away from London. So I was getting up at 5:30 in the morning to be on the highway by 6 to go to work. And then I wouldn't come back until 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. So it was just rinse and repeat. I was having no joy in my life. And I thought to myself, okay, I've got to do something about this because there's no way that I'm going to do this job forever, then retire, and then die.
Yeah,
there's no way. So for the longest time that I remember, thinking, okay, what do I really like? What do I really want to do? First of all, I want to work from home. I want to be close to my kids. I want to be able to take them to school. I want to pick them up. I want to be part of their life. I don't want to be a part-time dad. So that was the main pain. Yes, I was broke. Yes, the money was a problem, but the main pain was like I wasn't being a dad because I was never here for them. So that was number one. Okay, so what job can I do? Because I need to earn money. I'm the head of the family. And what job can I do that will allow me to work from home? Start researching, obviously came across internet marketing. And I thought, okay, I got the bug. I got invited to a meeting. Some strange dude with a whiteboard drawing circles. You guys know what I'm talking about,
Let me ask you, what did you, when you got to that point where you said, all right, I'm going to go look to the internet to find a solution, like what did you actually look for?
Good question. To be honest with you, I had no clue. I just wanted to work from home and earn some money that could replace my existing salary. Anything. And dude, when I say anything, if I go through a list of things that I tried, you got to laugh because I tried everything from betting systems, horse racing systems, roulette. Dude, I was trying everything, dude. But what got me interested in online marketing was a network marketing company, actually, which shall remain nameless. I attended a meeting and the guy started drawing circles, and that's what I thought, oh, okay, there's something different here. Okay. And then they start giving me all these tapes to start listening to and all that. And I got the bug, and I thought, okay, there's another way, because there was people making money in that company. But I've struggled, you know, as a matter of fact, for 10 years, I was just jumping from one business to another, you know, always struggling. Actually, I hold the record. I have to put my hands up, guys. I hold the record for sucking at anything that I touched. and this is true. I really was the worst.
I appreciate the honesty. I really do.
I'm going to be honest. I was good at something. I was good at just failing. And I just could not understand why I would join an opportunity. I knew there were people making money in that opportunity. Clearly, there were people making money. But yet I wasn't making it, you know. And then obviously I came to the conclusion, okay, maybe I need to find a mentor, because this is getting ridiculous now. You know, I'm jumping from one program to another. I can't even remember how much money I must have spent, you know, thousands, if not $50,000 over the years, just trying all these different programs. You know, I spent a lot of money on different things that it never worked for me. And I could never understand, because I was always blaming, oh, it's my sponsor, right? I don't get the help from my sponsor. I was always blaming, oh, it's the compensation plan, right? Oh, it's the education that I never received. Oh, it's, you know, fill in the blank. And that was me, always blaming the outside world, always blaming somebody else, when really, guys, the problem was staring right back at me in my face, which was me. But I didn't know this.
That's a hard thing to come to that realization.
Dude, and I didn't have this breakthrough until I met a mentor who told me right in the face that the problem was me.
Yeah.
And this guy, when he told me that, he shocked me completely to the core.
How did you take that?
Dude, I was offended. You must be pissed. Of course, because I thought there's nothing wrong with me. It's the ego again, right? The ego plays, you know. So this guy just told me blankly, look, you are failing at all these companies because, number one, you're very, very negative. Your mindset sucks. You don't have the correct mindset. You don't have the mindset of a winner. So you need to reprogram your subconscious mind. I don't even know what he was talking about. It all sounded Chinese to me, because I've never read any books. I didn't know anything about the subconscious mind or anything like that. So he was the first guy who told me in the face that you need to change whatever your habits are, whatever your mindset is, you need to change that completely. And then you got to start seeing, you know, the right opportunities started coming into your life, the right people, the right mentors and everything. And then you got to start seeing success. And funny enough, you know, I was so desperate, and I had my back against the wall, and I had no choice but to do as he said. And he said, for 30 days, this is what you got to do. You got to stop watching TV. Because we went through, like, on a daily basis, what you do. And I go, well, I wake up in the morning, I go to work and in the car, and he goes, what you listen to? Oh, I'm listening to the radio, the news, man. I'm big on the news. I love, you know, the economy, what's happening with the economy and the war in Iraq and this and that. And he goes like, okay, you got to stop all that, because from now on, you got to listen to Jim Rohn, for example.
Yeah.
You know, you got to listen to Bob.
Let me chime in there for 1 second, man, because it's really funny, like what you're saying. For me, like about 2 to 2.5 years ago is exactly the same thing that I went through, where, you know, living up here in Derry, New Hampshire, and then driving down to Boston, for me was about a 90-minute commute. And I used to listen to a radio station around here, for those that are in New England might know it, AM 1030. I didn't listen to, like, you know, rock radio or anything like that. I listened to AM radio because it was like weather and traffic and news and all this blah, blah, blah. And then I made that shift into more personal development. You know, Robert Kiyosaki and Jim Rohn and, you know, Wallace D. Wattles and Think and Grow Rich and all those other great books out there. And that's, for me, that's where that shift was. So it very similar patterns here, which is really, really cool. Sorry.
Yeah, no, not at all. Thanks for sharing that. So I had a shorter trip. I had 60 minutes in the car, but for those 30 days, I did as he told me. And although I didn't understand why you wanted me to listen to all these tapes, these audio tapes, where you asked me to watch The Secret like 1,000,000 times and all that, I was like that. You know, guys, you know that movie, The Karate Kid, Daniel's son, when Mr. Miyagi tells the the Karate Kid, to wax off, wax on, wax off, and all that. I was like, why isn't this guy teaching me karate? Instead, he's asking me to wash his cars and all that. I was just like Daniel. I could not understand, why is this man asking me to jump in my car, and instead of listening to the radio, he wanted me to watch, to listen to Jim Rohn and Bob Proctor and all those greats. But anyway, I did it anyway because I didn't understand it, but I just thought, you know what, I need a way out, because my life, doing the same thing every day and expecting a different result, it just ain't happening. I was trying that. I was trying living the same life with the same habits, coming home and watching TV, putting my feet up, and the next day do it all over again and expecting a different result. That will never gonna happen. So I decided to listen to someone who was doing better than me, because this guy, he was making, in those days, maybe $250,000 a month. So he had everything I wanted.
Yep.
And his speech pattern, his communication skills, the way of thinking, it was all different from mine. He was very positive. So he spoke a different language. He was on a different vibration than me.
Yep.
And I knew I had to get up there. So I was down here, my vibration tone was here, and his was here. And I needed to get up there. And I had to do everything he told me to do. So if that takes listen to audio tapes and read books and all that, so be it. So I did that, guys. And I'm going to be honest with you, the first 30 days were tough, because I wasn't used to this. I was creating a new habit, So I
was just going to ask you, you said your vibration level was here and you wanted to get up here. Like, was that easy or was it a challenge?
It was a challenge. Absolutely. Because we creatures of habit, Daniel. Isn't that right? So
I want to put that out there because I want everyone to realize that, obviously, these days now, like if we were to look at today, right now, like you're a top leader, you're on many, many, many leaderboards. You're living the life and enjoying that lifestyle, but it's like, there's no easy button. There's no switch. You can't just, a lot of people think that just because they sign up, like they're going to be loaded, they're going to get rich. It's that winning lottery ticket mentality where, you just said yourself, like it's work. And the cool part is we haven't even gotten to that point yet here, guys. So stick with us. Like, we haven't even gotten to some of the technical stuff of like building a business and day-to-day activity. We're just talking about your brain right now. Like, you guys get that? Like, we're just talking about your mindset and your brain. That's work. So, Paulo's saying he was here. He needs to get up here. And it was hard. It was a challenge. You had to work on your mindset. You had to work on your development, work on your growth. So, man, I really appreciate the information you're sharing here. And I'm hoping that people are picking up what you're putting down, because this is good stuff, man.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I hope people really get this, because this is the foundation. Or when you start in a business, you can't start a business and go straight for the marketing. You just don't do that, guys. You know why? Because I tried it and it didn't work. And the more people that I speak to, and the more millionaires and people who do well in life, successful people that I speak to, they all talk about doing the mindset first. So fixing this between your ears first. I never believed it until it happened to me. So getting your mindset right, it's creating the foundation for your business. The proper foundation. Like, imagine when you build a skyscraper. I mean, I don't know much about building skyscrapers, but I know this. They build a big hole, huge hole first on the ground, and they create the foundation first, right? Before they start building those blocks. Why do they do that? So the building remains intact. Okay, it's the same thing with your business. If you want to start your business, a successful business, and you achieve all your goals and live the life of your dreams, you really need to change this, because there's no way that if you want to be the same person as you are right now and you're not having success and you want to achieve your goals, it's just not going to happen. The person that I was 7 years ago, I am not the same person right now. Because if you would have met me 7 years ago, you would have known I would probably be one of the most negative persons you've ever come across. And it's true. I am not that person anymore. Why? Because I worked on my mindset. Am I here saying that in 30 days everything changed? No, it didn't actually. But let me tell you something though. For 30 days I did that, just that, listen to these guys. And I was immersing myself in all this mindset stuff. And someone at work, after a few weeks told me, Paulo, what's up with you? Because you look different. And that was the confirmation I needed, because I'm going to be honest with you, within myself, I wasn't feeling, I was feeling a little bit more upbeat, but nothing was happening. I wasn't, nothing happened in my life like a miracle happened.
But now somebody on the outside actually validated that the work that you were putting in was paying off, which is awesome.
And dude, I felt like that was my breakthrough. When someone said that, I thought, yes, okay, I get it. So what did I do? That only just gave me more wood to the fire.
They gave you a nice little push.
Started that engine. I went like, yes, you know what? I've been in my old life. I've tried listening to music every day, watching TV at night and all that, reading newspapers and gossiping with all my negative colleagues. That didn't serve me. What if I just carry on doing this? What if I pass day 30 and I just go beyond? And you know what, guys? That's exactly what I did. So I made a commitment saying, you know what? I'm gonna change my life. And I just carry on. And I went beyond the 30 days. And I remember people jumping in my car, my company car, and going through all these CDs of The Secret, and Bob Proctor and all this. And they were laughing, saying, why'd you listen to all this crap?
Yeah.
They were laughing at me. So I was laughed at. This is tough, guys. That's why I'm telling you.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, you get pressure, you get, the jokes in the office and all that. But you know what I said to them? You don't understand right now why I'm listening to these tapes, but one day you will. And that day obviously happened. And I left that company, and obviously I'm now a successful entrepreneur and online marketer because I worked on my mindset, guys. And let me tell you something. If you think this is not for you, and if you think you can't do this, the proof is, if I done this, you can do this too. I can promise you that 100%. But you've got to change your habits. You've got to change your mentality and what goes in here. By doing the stuff that you're doing right now every single day, you can't expect different results by the stuff that you're doing on a daily basis. You got to change that. So whatever that thing is for you, but you've got to change it. So that's what I did, my man. I just changed my habits. I went as far actually then to search for mentors, because I'm going to be honest with you, Daniel, I didn't know any millionaires. I did not have any single millionaires in my life. All the people around me, my circle of friends, they were all broke.
Yep.
All broke. And yet I was taking advice.
You are who you surround yourself with, right?
Absolutely. So what I did to get out of that situation was I started to fly to America, to the US, for events where there were speakers who had the lifestyle. There were internet marketers who had the lifestyle that I wanted. And they were successful in all aspects of life, not just with money, but in all aspects of life, relationships, spiritually, in their health. And I wanted that. So what did I do? I start flying out and seeking out these people, because the circle of friends, and I know this is hard, guys, because obviously you're probably stuck in a job, you're stuck with your broke friends and all that, and it's hard to get out of that circle. But in the end of the day, how bad do you want it?
Yep.
And I'm no better than anybody else. I was broke myself. So I had to go and find the money, which is another story on how I flew to my first event in Miami back in 2011, which, seems like a long time ago, but I had no money to get there. Yep. But I knew that I had to go to that event. It was my way out. I knew that was my ticket, my whatever, exit ticket, lottery ticket, whatever you guys want to call it. I knew I had to go there. And I didn't have the money. But you know what, guys? I got resourceful. I was broke as a church mouse. And that is the truth. Mm-hmm. And I don't even want to tell you how I got that money. Nothing illegal, but I had to get really, really resourceful, because I knew it was like this. My mentor told me, if you really want to have your breakthrough, Paulo, if you really want to live the life of your dreams, work as an internet marketer, do this full time, come to Miami, to my event for 4 days. I will transform your life. And you know what? I believed them. And I knew, I was talking to my wife about it, if I go to Miami, our lives will change. I just don't know how though.
Yep.
And I start asking the question, but how can I? Because I told him, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to be there, but mark my words, I'm going to find a way. And I put the phone down And then I went like, shit, how am I going to do this? Because I just told the guy I'm going to be there. And I have no idea how though. But you know, the funny thing about the subconscious mind, and you know this, Daniel, right? And some of the viewers here, they know this as well. Law of attraction, right? Because I was already listening to these audios. I was already reading the books about mindset. I kind of started attracting the way to get that money. And I got that money. I flew to Miami. And those 4 days absolutely changed my life, because I came back to England, and within 3 months, guys, this is verified. I'm not bullshitting anybody here. Within 90 days, I gave up my full-time printing job, and I became a full-time internet marketer, earning 10 times what I was earning in that company. This is absolutely verifiable. It's all true. I wouldn't be, he's standing before you lying. I know it sounds like, it's too good to be true. How can this guy do it? It's absolutely true. Whatever you put in your mind and whatever you focus on, whatever the energy is, you will bring it into your life. I can promise you that. Yep. So this is all the mindset stuff, right? I'm just hoping to inspire some of you to understand that the mindset is crucial. Getting your mindset in order, like I did, crucial. The number one thing you guys need to do before you even jump into this marketing arena and learn, traffic conversions and emails and this and that and sales. That secondary, to me, that's the 20%. The 80% is the mindset.
Yeah, for sure. I think, dude, I think you've already inspired some people here too. Just looking at some of the comments. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's literally the foundation. And I often talk about this too, where, an online business is three things. Traffic, conversions, and mindset. Like that's it. If you don't have traffic, you have a hobby. If you don't have conversions, then you don't have any money coming in. If you don't have the right mindset, everything else is going to crumble. So, you have to have all three. But in my eyes, the mindset is the biggest, most important thing, because plain and simple, if you could have the best converting offer in the world, but if you have a crappy mindset, doesn't matter. You're going to find an excuse. You're going to find a way to get pissed off, frustrated, why this isn't going to work or whatever else. Like, your mindset is literally everything. So I appreciate everything that you've said thus far. So with that, I want to transition a little bit, but let's go back to that 90-day window that you just talked about, because I'm sure a lot of people are watching this going, hey, he had a breakthrough. I want to be able to quit my job in 90 days. And of course, results not typical. So don't be typical, right? I'm sure during that time frame you did above average things. You weren't just, floating along. So in that 90-day period, coming out of the event that you just came out of, what are some things that you actually did to take action? What did that look like? Take us through that time frame.
Great question, man. And I get that asked a lot because it's an important question. So I didn't give up my job, obviously, straight away after I came back from the event, because I wanted to test the ideas that I've learned, send traffic to the program that I was part of. And my first goal was to make $5,000 in my first month, which I did. And even though, and I advise you, nobody obviously to give up their jobs until they have at least 3 to 6 months of money coming in online before you even transitioned from offline to online and give up your jobs. I don't advise anyone to do that. But within 3 months, guys, what I did was this. So first month, my goal was obviously to make $5,000 online. I remember carrying my gold card with a $5,000 thing, which was money that I've never made in my life in a month. So I thought, if I can make $5,000 online and I can do that consecutively for like at least 3 months, then I think I've got something here. And what happened was, Daniel,
let me stop you right there, because you just, without intentionally doing it, I think you just dropped a huge golden nugget. You actually wrote down a goal and kept it in your pocket. Was that accurate?
Oh yeah.
Right.
I would look at it night and day.
Real quickly, what made you do that?
My mentor told me to do it, and obviously the books as well that I was reading, like Think and Grow Rich and all that. They all talk about goals. I was listening to a program called The Strangest Secret. Guys, please make a note of this.
Earl Nightingale, right?
Yeah, dude, this is awesome. Awesome. Opened my eyes.
Nugget number 57 right there, just so you guys know.
Yeah, dude, he opened my eyes even before The Secret. It's an audio that, by the way, you guys can just find that online. It's free of charge. You don't have to go and buy it. You can download that off the internet. It's called The Strangest Secret. And that's where, obviously, I learned that writing down goals and knowing, like you know your name. Okay, sometimes I speak to people and I ask people, okay, how much money do you want to make online? Or, and they just tell me they want to be rich. But what does that mean, being rich? You need to know the amount of money that you want to make online, like you know your name.
Yep.
So when someone asks my name, I don't have to think twice. I know my name is Paulo. So you need to know that figure like that. I'm
going to share with you guys a real life example of exactly what he's talking about. So as you guys can see right now, this is my home office. Okay. I'm spinning around. Paulo, you can see this, right? I got my dryer right
here. Yeah. Well, I can't read it, but I can see it.
Yeah. This is my vision board right here.
Oh, lovely.
Right up there. I got me and my wife, right? This is my vision board with travel, lifestyle, everything else like that. What is right in the middle of my vision board right there? Beautiful, what is right there?
$45,000
a month.
Dude, awesome.
Because not only did I write down my goal, but I put it right in front of me. So when I sit here, I'm looking at it every single day.
It's so crazy how many stories I hear about vision boards. I picked my vision board up 5 years later because we moved and I had it in the garage and I'm looking at it and I know it sounds cheesy and I'm looking at it fucking done it, have this car. It's just freaking crazy how this works. So, but let me tell you something. The first 5,000 was the hardest, guys. You know why?
Yep.
Because my unconscious mind wasn't still in sync with my conscious mind. Consciously, I wanted the money. Unconsciously, that was a struggle because of the way I grew up. My education about money wasn't great. I mean, my parents, I'm from middle class. I have to admit to you guys that I'm from middle class. And I grew up in a family where money was evil, was the evil of everything. I remember my dad saying, hey, Paulo, money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are dishonest. I grew up really with having a problem with money that I even was aware of.
Yep.
So my first 5,000 was really hard. Why? Because I wanted it so bad. But there was a part of me saying, but then you got to be dishonest. Money will destroy you. So I didn't have a congruency between my conscious and my subconscious. Once, guys, this is so important. Once I smashed that limited belief that money was bad, guess what? Unconscious mind and conscious mind in sync. You deserve that $5,000. Bam, it happened. And then guess what? My next goal was 10,000. The 10,000, guys, was so easy for me.
Yep.
And I know this sounds crazy. What you talking about? You just told me 5,000 was hard. And now you're saying the 10,000 was actually easy. Do you know why? Because then I believed that I could do it. Because the 5,000 a month, oh my God, that's for the guys on stage, right? That's for the guru. That's not for me. I had that limited belief, Daniel. But once I smashed that, and we'll talk about it in a minute, that's when the fun really started. So your first goal probably is going to be your hardest. And I'm sure, Daniel, you want to talk about that, right?
Well, I was going to chime in because you talked about basically what you talked about is your money blueprint, almost like your money DNA. And this is something that is with you from childhood. It's with you during your upbringing. It's what your entire life up until right now today when you're watching this, it's what you learn and what you know and what you understand about money. And Paulo, your case, you were taught that, money is bad and it makes you do, XYZ type of things. But I just want to share like a quick little tip and then we'll move on. One of the books that I listen to this audiobook all the time, and it is a great one to talk about specifically the money blueprint. It is a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And have you read it?
Yeah, I have. It's
one
of my
of course you have.
Yeah. No, I don't read everything, but that one is one of my favorites.
So Secrets of the Millionaire Mind specifically talks about the money blueprint. And if you have a poor money blueprint, Whereas, similar thoughts that Paulo had many years back, it teaches you how to break out of that. So write that down. Again, the book is called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it in Google Play. You can get the audiobook version, but great, great book. So anyway, so you're going through, you set a goal for 5K, you hit that. And then your next month, you set a goal for 10K.
10K, and I hit that as well. And within 3 months, man, I was turning over 20K. And that's where I went back to my job and say, hey guys, I'm out. And you know what? I had a really tough decision to make, because they were telling me, Paulo, if you leave this job, there's no way you're going to come back. They've given me an ultimatum. If you leave, this is out. I had to make a big decision. But by then I was so sure, okay, I think I can do this now. Although I had responsibilities, I had my kids and all that. I had a mortgage on the house and all that, a car to pay for. There's a lot of pressure. But guys, sometimes making the decision that you need to do in order to take your life to another level, that's you gotta grow some balls and actually do it. And it was hard, I have to tell you, because I was still, I remember by the third month I was already making 20 grand. I was still going to work, earning a fraction of that. Yeah. I thought, what am I doing? What am I coming into work for? I had the workers mentality. Do you see how hard your habits are? Although my mindset was already changing, but I still had the workers mentality that I had to get up at 5 and go to a job that was paying me a fraction of what I was earning online. And I was called up on stage by my mentor in a company that we were both part of. And he asked me, Paulo, tell everyone, there was like 5,000 people. And he asked, tell everyone how much money have you earned so far in your first 3 months? And I said like 150,000. And he goes to me, why are you still at work? And that was my breakthrough. I was like, dude, I don't know. And in front of 5,000 people, I declared, when I go back to London, I will give up my job. And I did. The following days after I arrived back in London, I went in, I resigned. I made the decision. This is what I want to do. This is my passion. Guys, I know we're talking about money here, but it wasn't really just about the money. I felt a passion for this industry. And this is very important that you guys make note of this, because in the beginning, I'm going to be honest with you, I was looking just for ways to make money. Yeah. Because I was desperate. I was alone here in the UK. I had my kids to feed, my wife, I had a mortgage, car payments, and all the bills. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't have the inspiration of changing the world or help the next man. I wanted to help myself and my family. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Yeah. But as you start working on your self-development, as you start meeting mentors, as you start meeting other people as well on the same path as you, then you realize, okay, there's more than just making money. There's more than, if you peel all the layers, because money is just energy in the end of the day, right? And then I start to realize, you know what, maybe my calling is really to help people. Maybe that's what my calling is, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm 48. Up until I was 40, and I was broke and desperate and, whatever, depressed. I didn't know what was my calling. What am I here for? What am I doing? I hate my job, not helping anybody. I'm negative. I'm just not a good person to be around. Yeah. I'm just not a good person to be around.
But you know what? Honestly, man, like for you to be able to realize that, like that's a breakthrough right there. Like just for you to be able to, like for anyone to be able to realize, like, I guess like their own self-image, which it's a very, very difficult thing to do. But once you kind of break through that barrier, realistic, I mean, this is going to sound cliche, is going to sound cheesy to some, but like once you break through that barrier, like the world is your oyster, man. Like you can accomplish anything you want once you have that self-realization.
You've got to admit that you are the problem. You see, I always I had the blame somebody else mentality. When I stopped that, and I learned again that from my mentor, when he told me, look, you own your life. You are where you are because of you. Look yourself in the mirror. Your biggest enemy is the person you got to reflect back from that mirror. Mm. And once I grasped that, it was hard in the beginning, I have to admit, yeah. But once I grasped that, everything changed, because then I took full responsibility for my acts and I stopped blaming anybody. And to this day, I don't blame anybody. I always accept the fact that it's me.
I love what you just said. I took full responsibility for my actions. So for everybody out there that's like, oh, you know, whatever system you use, the system doesn't work. It's this, it's that, whatever the excuse is.
This is huge.
You got to take full responsibility for your actions, period.
I'm gonna actually tell you the words that my mentor told me that he actually shocked me. Was once he said, and by the way, you guys need to understand something. I lived a life where I was the lottery ticket player. I was always expecting something to happen in my life. I never wanted to do it for myself. I always expected someone else to do it for me. Don't ask me why. It was my life. And you know, one of the things that my mentor told me that absolutely shocked me and it changed my life. And you gotta have to pardon my French here, but I'm gonna use these words. And he said to me, Paulo, nobody gives a fuck about you. Okay, I need you guys to, the reason why I'm swearing is because it's the impact. It's the exact same words he told me that.
Yep.
And I was like, what do you mean nobody cares about me? And he said, nobody gives a fuck about you. You need to do it yourself. Don't wait on anybody else. And I know this sounds a bit stupid. Why is he swearing? Why is he saying? It's exactly what he told me. And in the beginning, I was angry and upset about it, but I finally got it. And it's true. Nobody gives a damn about you. Let me prove that to you. When you have a circle of friends and someone takes a selfie of all of you guys, when he brings the camera around, who do you look at in that picture? Everybody's up for themselves. Everybody's looking at themselves. You're not looking at Daniel or Paulo, you're looking at yourself. And that just proves it's human psychology that we all are for what's in it for me. And once you guys understand that, that was, again, guys, I'm not preaching at you. I'm just telling you that's the things, my realizations, my breakthroughs that moved me from someone being broke and really, really unhappy with his life to now living I live a fulfilled life now. I'm very, very happy with my life right now because of those changes, because I took ownership of my own life and not expect someone else to help me. Oh, poor me, nobody helps me. I lost that mentality. And that was me, by the way. I'm not preaching down at you. I'm not saying, oh, I am better than you, because that was me. I was always looking for a handout, someone to help me.
Yep.
Always. And blaming my sponsor. That was my number one thing. Oh, I failed. My sponsor didn't help me. Why does your sponsor need to help? Why do you need your sponsor for? Why?
Yeah. You see those comments in the Facebook group all the time, like, oh, I'm struggling so bad, my sponsor hasn't reached out to me. It's like, your sponsor's not responsible for your success. You are.
It's not. And I know this is hard to tell people, right? I understand that. I've been there. But once this is a different level of thinking, and you guys will get this by starting reading books and really work on yourselves, work on your self-development and grow. And then once you guys get this, I'm telling you, your lives will change. And this is the secret stuff. The secret sauce is what we're talking right now. What me and Daniel are telling you guys right now on this call, it's the secret stuff. If you guys get this, and unfortunately, not everybody does this. And unfortunately, nobody wants to play this game and they just want to get to the tech stuff and the marketing and that's fine.
Yep.
Fine. But I've been there, I've done that. And unfortunately, it didn't work for me. And most of the successful people that I speak to, guys, that I interview, they all tell me the same story. Mindset. It might not be what you want to hear, but then again, hey, we're not here to tell you what you want to hear, right? I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear.
No.
I'm telling you the truth. And I know it's hard for some of you. I get it.
I know it's hard for some people too. And I'll give you a little snippet is, I get fairly decent results in my business. And obviously it's led me to the point where I host a weekly webinar and I, interview a lot of top leaders and everything else like that. But when I have people message me, sometimes it's people I know, and oftentimes, most of the time, it's people I don't know, people from, all over the place, from all social areas. And the number one question I get literally multiple times a day is, what's my traffic source? And the reason people ask that question is everyone is literally looking for the easy button. Everybody wants to know what my traffic source is so they can go push the button and run my traffic source and start making all the same amazing results that I'm getting that allow me to, work here from my home and do certain things and whatever else. but it's not about my traffic source. It's about who I am, what I do, the mindset that I have. And like, it's so much more complex than what's my traffic source. And for you, like I know what some of your traffic sources are, but just because I use those same traffic sources does not mean that I'm going to get the same results as you, because I might not have the same mindset as you, or you might not have the same mindset as me or Paulo or anybody. And you have to have some of those foundational pieces first, because like I said earlier, you can have the best traffic in the world. It could be the best, highest converting traffic in the world, but plain and simple. And I apologize here, but if your mindset is shit, then you will quit. You will give up. You will find a way to make an excuse as to why this isn't working and why you aren't getting the results that you want, period. And that might be a little direct for some of you, but some of you guys need to hear it. You have to have your head in the game first. You got to make that decision that I'm in it to win it, whatever your why is. And Paulo has his why. I have my why. We understand why we're in this, why we're doing this, what type of lifestyle we want to bring into our lives for ourselves, for our family, for our legacy, for our generations, for our children. We know that answer. Therefore, no matter what happens, traffic, conversions, any of those other things, we're going to keep going. We're going to find ways to win. And Paulo's found ways to win.
So true, man. I have given my traffic sources to numerous people, and it didn't work for them. Why do you think that is? Like Daniel was saying, because they gave up. And that's another thing, guys. There was many times, I'm going to be honest with you, there was many times when I felt like giving up. But I read a book by Simon Sinek called Know Your Why.
Yep.
You connect with your why. And once you know your core reason why you want to do this, what keeps you awake at night, what really, why do you do what you do? And in my case, in those days were my kids, oh my God, my kids, I want to provide for them. So when I would come home from work at 9 o'clock in the evening, and I had to work on my online business, and I was super tired. I'm like, this is getting tough now. And I would felt like, I'm not going to do it tonight. As a matter of fact, I feel like giving up. The reason why I didn't give up, it's because I had a strong why. And I knew, listen to this very carefully, I knew what my why was. A lot of people don't even know what their why is. And then the minute they break a nail, they give up, right? Yep. And I didn't give up because I would close my eyes and remember, why am I doing this? My kids, man. And when I had that image of my kids, somehow I would find that extra energy to stay up another 2-3 hours, knowingly that I had to go to work at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to be on that highway.
Yep.
But my kids, my why, my connection with my why, that's what kept me going. And I never gave up because of that. So very important. This is why it's all going back to mindset again, having the right mindset, having the winner's mindset, never giving up. It's extremely important, because then, and let me tell you something, you got to have problems. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. It's got to be worth it, man. But you got to have the mindset though. Number one, guys, it's the mindset. That's pillar number one. Once you do that, once you understand that, once you create that foundation in your business, it doesn't matter what business you got to join. It could be Now Lifestyle today, whatever. It doesn't matter what business you join. And Daniel knows this. Daniel can start in a company anywhere. Drop Daniel anywhere in the world with a laptop. That's all he needs. He just needs an internet connection and the laptop and in his mind. Why do rich people, let's talk about Trump, right? Your president. I believe that guy has been bankrupt, right? Has he not been bankrupt before?
Several times.
What made him earn all that money back again? Do you know why? Because he doesn't have a millionaire's mindset. He has a billionaire's mindset. We always think small. These people think on another level.
Yep.
That's why you can take all the money from Richard Branson. You can take all the money from Trump. You can take all the money from all these big thinkers, and they will always make it back. It's because the money blueprint, they're on a completely different level.
Yep.
We think far too small sometimes. And I don't know why. Maybe it's our upbringing. Maybe it's the way we've been conditioned. But we shouldn't.
It's 100% conditioning. And that's, I mean, that's why obviously and you guys think about this and want to get us, not that we're off course here, but I want to make sure that we hit certain points here. But think about this, like we are taught from a very early age, that failure is bad. We go through school, we go through life, we go through our childhood, our teenage years. As we get into the real world and we start working a job, we are taught the entire time that failing is bad. Because if you fail in school, what happens? You stay back. If you fail in, sports, what happens? You don't get, picked to be on the team and all this other thing. Like if you fail, you're looked down upon. So when it comes to succeeding and especially winning online, fear dominates your freaking mind, man. Fear dominates your mind and prevents you from doing so many things that you are capable of doing. But fear just lives like right here and it just won't let you go. And if you can just break through that, to what Paulo is saying, you have to work at it. You have to invest time into your learning, time into your mindset so you can, here's an exercise that everybody could do. Block out X amount of time per day, whether it be in your vehicle or per week, where you can sit down and either A, read, or B, listen to a personal development audiobook. Shut out every other distraction. So, shut off your cell phone, close the door, lock your kids out of the room, whatever it is, put on headphones and earmuffs or whatever, so you don't have to hear any other noise distractions, and just give yourself the time that you need to develop the right mindset. And as you start to develop and as you start to grow and learn and build and get better, a lot of the things that you want to accomplish are going to be easier and easier and easier because you have the right mindset. So I want to talk to you guys, back to what we were just previously talking about, which is your why. And when most people get started online, I know that was like this for me in the beginning, because my why hadn't quite formed just yet. It kind of took me a while to really uncover what my true why is. Now I know that. And since knowing that, my results have then, 10x themselves. But most people say, like, why do you want to build this online? Because of the money. Well, now you have to start asking yourself a series of whys. And you guys can do this exercise and be honest with yourself, please. When people say, well, I want money. Well, why do you want the money? I want to pay off my debt. Why do you want to pay off your debt? Well, I want to pay off my debt so I don't have the bills that I have right now. Cool. Well, why do you want to have no debt? Well, I want to have no debt so I can travel. Why do you want to travel? Well, I want to experience, the Taj Mahal, or I want to experience London, or I want to experience the United States, or I want to experience these things. Well, why do you want to experience those things? So I can have joy and fulfillment in my life. Well, why do you want joy and fulfillment? Well, realistically, because I don't have joy and fulfillment in my life right now. I don't get to share those things with my family. Well, why do you want to share those things with your family? Because realistically, our relationship isn't what it should be. And I want to spend more time with my family. Now you're starting to drill down. You guys see the point of that? So take the money and start to scoop the layers out, start to peel back those layers. And then you will start to then you're going to find your why. But it starts with the money. It always starts with the money.
Always. Yeah.
Always.
Great exercise, man. So we're talking about the root problem, and we actually offering you the solution, which is asking the why, knowing why you're doing this, and then just blocking out. The way I did it, guys, and I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I've just learned this from my mentor, was I would block 30 minutes every single day. 30 minutes is not a lot, guys. 30 minutes for my reading, and then I would listen to an audio as well, because I would bombard my brain via visual and audio as well, because I'm an audio. I like to listen to audios as well. And I would just stop all the whining and surround myself with negativity. I'll tell you something else that I did at work, guys. Every time during those 30 days, every time I would be approached by gossiping or people wanting to be negative towards me and all that, I would just walk away. I would just say, I'm sorry, I don't have time for this. I would just literally just walk away from negativity. And I didn't whine for 30 days. And what's going to happen in those 30 days? You gotta You got to see some changes within yourself. You either will notice it or somebody else will. And I tell you something, you will have your breakthrough during those 30 days. If you do it right, without stopping, I mean, every single day, 7 days a week, you got to stop watching that TV. You're not going to watch the news, the CNN or the constant negative news channel that you guys have there, you know, and we have it here in England as well, don't get me wrong. You got to stay away from your negativity, your negative friends, maybe. Just do it for 30 days. You got nothing to lose. What has your life right now has offered you? If you want to change that bad, trust me, you can do this. And you can't stop at day 15. You got to go through and do it and do it. And you got to start noticing some differences. I promise you, you will. You will. You might not notice something in the first week, but don't worry. Keep going. Have faith.
So here's
what can really change.
here's something cool, and I'm just gonna open the curtain and peel back the layer here, because I know that throughout the people that have been watching this since, and I think we've been on for about an hour now, which is awesome, because it's gone by like really, really fast, which is awesome. You had talked about, making, after you went to that first event, which it was on another webinar that we were on, and one of the leaders in Now Lifestyle, and really just a great friend and business partner of mine, Adam Reeker, had said, we're in talking about events and talking about getting to events. You said that you couldn't afford to go, but you found ways. And it came up on a webinar that we were on many months ago, where someone said, "Oh, I can't afford to go." And Adam specifically said, "You can't afford not to go."
Not to go.
And that was the case in your situation, where, the same thing, like you couldn't afford not to get to that event, so you could be there with your mentor, so you could have those life-changing experiences. And you had said after you got back from that event, that's when you had your breakthrough. That's when you had the explosion in your business. You made 5K a month, 10K a month, and then over 20K in a month. I mean, I want guys, just think for 1 minute, what would making 20K or over 20K in a month feel like for you? Like, what would the joy and just the overall like jubilation that you would bring into your life by feeling that flow of energy and money and everything come in? And now here's where I talked about peeling back the layers and opening the curtain. A lot of you are thinking, probably like I'm thinking as well, is what did he do? I want to know, like, what did he do? What were his traffic sources? What did his capture page look like? What type of emails did he send out? What type of subject line did he use? You want all the technical information. All right. Now I'm going to be blatantly effing honest with you. If your mindset sucks, whatever he did, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. He could spell out for you on a piece of paper a list of like 15 things in a row, exactly to a T what he did. And if your mindset sucks, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like, I could give you my traffic source. I could show you my Facebook ads. I could show you what I do. I could show you the Bing. Okay, here's plain simple fact. Right now, for one of my businesses, I'm using Bing pay-per-click. I'm getting really good results. I'm telling you that I use Bing pay-per-click right now. I'm telling you that I use Facebook ads. Paulo uses solo ads and many other forms of traffic as well. We can tell you all this stuff. I can tell you what capture pages I use. I can tell you what follow-up series I use, what type of emails I send out. If your mindset sucks, it doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I think the theme of tonight, guys, is you have to have that foundation built with your mind, and you have to find ways to work on you. Plain and simple. You have to find ways to work on you. And Paulo talked about it. He dedicated 30 minutes a day to read and listen. He dedicated 30 straight days in a row of doing positive things that now I would say, Paulo, what do you think? Is it worth it at this point?
Yeah, it's very worth it. Yeah, it's not easy, guys. I don't want you guys to think that it's an easy ride, but it's totally doable. Totally doable. Absolutely 100%. So Yeah, totally doable. So I think we can actually talk a little bit. I mean, my traffic sources is really, guys, I build my business on solo ads. So
Yep.
it's really it. I do like you Bing ads as well. I do some Facebook ads, but mainly I build my all the strategies that I use right now in my business really on solo ads, guys. But like Daniel said, if you guys don't have the right mindset, then it's just simply it's just not going to work. But one thing I can tell you is this, guys. My daily operation, I did income supporting activities, and what I mean by that, I would not go to sleep, and I want you guys to make a note of this, until I would get at least 30 leads into my business for that day. Okay. So I would wake up in the morning and I would know exactly what I need to do. Okay, Paulo, what do I need to do today? Paulo needs to get 30 leads into his business. And I know this sounds oversimplistic, and you guys think, oh, that's oversimple. It is simple, but it works. Because if you get 30 laser targeted leads every single day into your funnel, into your business, into Now Lifestyle, the funnel already converts at X amount %, right? So what is 30 leads times 7 days? My math sucks. 200 and something leads?
Yeah, 210.
Now, are you telling me that out of those 210 leads, no one's got to join your business? Ever think about what I'm just saying? Because this stuff is just powerful. When I learned this, it changed my business. Because before, I would wake up in the morning and go to surf on the internet. I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to go on Twitter. I'm going to go on Instagram. And my mind will be all over the place. It was when I really got a blueprint on step-by-step what I need to do during the day. I need to get 30 leads. Now, how you got to get those 30 leads, that's up to you. You got to have to master one traffic strategy, not 2, 3, 4, or 5. You master one. In the case of Daniel, he's a master at Bing ads, right? I went the lazy way. I went with solo ads, but I became really good at it though. So I really urge you to master one thing. Don't be a jack of all trades and a master at nothing. Become a master at one thing, guys. Whatever that deal is. I mean, there's obviously quite a few people watching this tonight, and there'll be a recording as well. So I don't know what your personality is. It might be that you like to be on video. Maybe it's YouTube. So then master YouTube. It might be Instagram. It might be whatever that thing is. But learn that one thing and learn it well. And then have that number in mind. I started with 30 leads. You can go less, you can go more. But basically, I want you to commit to those 30 leads. And do not go to sleep. This is what I used to do, guys. I would open my laptop before midnight. And if I didn't have those 30 leads in, I would stay up. And I would find ways, to get those 30 leads. And once I had my 30 leads, I could shut my laptop down and I'm done for the day. And tomorrow was rinse and repeat. And then obviously I became good at it. I went from 30 to 100, 200 leads, whatever. But have a daily goal of how many leads you want to get into your business, because it's simple maths. If the funnel already converts at X amount, 4 or 5%, the minute that you start sending 30 leads every single day, 210 leads every single week, and whatever that is a month, let me tell you something. And this is fact. It's science. It's maths. You gotta have sales. So everybody that comes to me in my team telling me, Paulo, I'm not having success. Paulo, I'm not having any sales. The number one question I always ask is, how many leads did you get into your business today? Oversimplistic, right?
Yep.
Some of you might be laughing. What's he talking about? It's oversimplistic, but it works, guys. Does this make sense, Daniel? Because this little thing has changed my business.
So let me ask you, I haven't asked you a lot of technical questions, but let me ask you this. When you first got started online, how many email subscribers did you have on your list?
Nothing. Zero.
Zero. Started at zero, right?
Yes.
Nobody starts at 100,000. I started at zero. You started at zero. Everybody watching this, we all start at zero. Yeah. Today, right now, what is the size of your email list?
I've got a clean list of 92,000 right now.
92,000 people.
Yeah.
I got a little ways to go. I'm at 30. I just crossed 30,000. So
yeah.
But here's the thing, guys. Like, I got 30K. He's got over 90K. Think about, just for a second, and I'm not going to get into numbers too much, but think about where we're both at. I'm at the point where I work from home. I make enough money to provide for my family, and we live a comfortable life. Paulo is in a position where he gets to travel. He lives a comfortable life. Look at the size of our email lists. So find, just like he was talking about, find ways, get resourceful, learn, develop, grow your mind, grow your knowledge, learn, invest your time, learn things, teach those things, but just develop and grow and develop and grow and develop and grow. And you will learn how to develop and drive traffic. You will learn ways to get more leads. You will learn ways to convert more leads. You will learn all of these things. There's no easy button. It's not about my traffic source. It's not about his traffic source. It's not about his emails. It's not about the capture pages. It's about this right here. So
absolutely, bro. 100%, man.
My man, I think we'll wrap this up. I think we went a little over an hour, which is, I think originally we thought we were going to go 30 minutes, but it went by very quickly. And dude, I can't thank you enough. I don't even, was it 3:30 in the morning over there?
It doesn't matter, man. And I'm sorry I rumbled on about, but I'm telling you the information really that can change people's lives. I'm not, reading from, speaking from theory here. Oh, I read in the book this, or I'm really speaking from the heart. What changed my life really. So if it takes this time, obviously, to get the message out, because I don't speak I'm not the most eloquent speaker, but I tell the truth though. I speak from the heart. So unfortunately it took all this time maybe to get the message out, but I hope I've inspired at least one person out there, and someone.
I think you've inspired a few. Like, guys, plain and simple, right now, I'm going to ask the question. If you guys think Paulo dropped some value, some nuggets, spoke from the heart, and did a great job tonight, which we know he did, please do me a favor, give him some likes, some love, some hearts, share this video out, let people see it, but let us know what you guys think, and throw some comments down below. Let them know. I mean, obviously we got lots of, look at all that coming in right there. You can see that. So clear, that I love seeing that, man, right there.
Good, man. I want to see people getting inspired. That's why I'm here for. I'm not here to look good and to brag about how much money I made. The money is irrelevant, man. It really is. It's in the inspiration that anybody can do this. If I can do this, if Daniel can do this, you guys can do this. We not, someone, I used to look at people like on stage and all of that and think, oh my God, that's for the people up there. We're not up there. We're just normal people. Most of the people that I meet, all my friends that I know that do very, very well, they're just people like you and me.
Yep.
They really are. And I hope this just serves you at least as some sort of inspiration. Think, if that dude can do it, the guy with the funny accent who can't even speak English 100%, and he can do this, imagine what you can do. You really can do this. I hope I've inspired you guys. That's why I'm here for. I'm here to serve you. So I hope I've given you enough inspiration for you guys actually to go forward and don't give up and believe that you also can do this, and really you can achieve all your goals.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You've inspired me, and I know you've inspired, but I mean, the comments and likes and everything are still coming in. So it's awesome. But listen, I will let you please go get some rest, get some well-deserved sleep. I truly appreciate you being here, hanging out with us late night, and dropping all the value and the nuggets and everything else that you did. Also, all the comments and everything are still coming in. So awesome stuff, man. So guys, for Paulo, I am Daniel. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight and spending some time with us. And hopefully we were able to give you guys some breakthroughs, some nuggets, some things that you can use. And hopefully you guys took notes and wrote things down and applied this. And please, this is obviously recorded here in this Facebook group. And I'm sure if you're watching this video on a YouTube replay, please, click the subscribe button. And if you have any comments, please drop those down below too. We always love to see and hear your comments. But hopefully you guys got some value out of this and really learned some key foundational things. Paulo, any last words, my man?
I just want to say that don't give up. And I know it's tough. I know it's hard. And I know sometimes you feel like this is not for me. And yet you got to jump into another opportunity or whatever. Don't do that. Stick with something that already works. And guys, all you have to do is look around in our community. Are people making money with Now Lifestyle? And the answer is yes, right? So you're in a good home. Then work with with Now Lifestyle, work on your mindset. Most importantly, you've got the support of the community, and make it happen. And also attend events, because when you attend a live event, that's the glue. If I didn't go to that event in Miami, I don't know if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I would be here today.
You wouldn't be sitting here.
I don't think so, because that was the glue. That's when it's that aha moment, like, shit, I get it. This is it. There's more crazy people like me. I saw people in the room. Oh my God, this is it. I fell in love with this industry because of that live event, and I made a decision. This is what I want to do for a living.
Yeah.
Period. So the live events are the glue. And I know it's hard. I know for some people you need to travel and all that. Oh, by the way, nor did I have the money to go to the US. I was afraid of flying. So I had to break through another limited belief, but you can do it. The mind is a powerful thing.
Absolutely.
Take in your mind that you got to do this, and then period. And then you go to work and you go and do it. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to me rambling here for over an hour. Daniel, thanks for being a great host. I appreciate you, man. Thanks.
You're very, very welcome, my man. It was a pleasure to connect again, and I'm sure this will be, the many umpteen times that we collaborate on. And I know we got another. So. You guys wait till you see the project that we're working on that's coming out in the next few months, man. You guys are gonna love that. But anyway, that's secret. That's secret. So anyway, guys, listen, for Paulo, I'm Daniel. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us here, spending the time with us. So hope you got some value. We will see you guys on the next live webinars. As always, I know this guy and myself, we will see you on the leaderboard. Have a fantastic night.
Thank you, guys.